I'm from Amravati. I have spent around like first 6 years of my life over there. So my grandfather, he used to have a big house there with a big garden and lot of trees. And we have a big well also, a very big well. So I'll come to that, what it is. Uh, I'm from a Maharashtrian family, and we used to have this lot of festivals like Ganpati Puja, then Gauri, a festival of goddess, then Lakshmi Pujan, and every after these festivals, we used to immerse our gods, our statues, our idols, basically in that big well. That well was so big that all the neighboring people also used to come there to immerse their idols. Amravati and Nagpur in this Vidarbha area, in summer it gets very hot. So the water level of the well, it really recedes, it really goes down. So there was this practice, and still I think if the wells are there, there will be this practice that every year this one person used to come to your house and he used to clean up the wells. He used to take out all the debris out and then dig it more for the fresh source of water. I remember in the summer, all my cousins used to come to my grandfather's house, and we used to play in vacations with lot of activities, making a tree house and stuff like that. So this ritual man who used to come to our house and clean the well used to take all the debris out and put it on one side of the well. And our favorite pastime was to see all that material. There used to be a lot of ornaments of the idol, the hands of the idols, the legs, the wings, the hands, the heads, and the different faces. So all of us cousins used to go there and used to reassemble the parts and used to make our own gods. We used to try the original ones, but that was not very successful. So we try creating new gods and used to name it. My grandmother used to get very angry on this. I think subconsciously all of us cousins used to hurt her sentiments. So now it's been 35 years. So then I moved on from there. I came to Bombay. I studied my architecture. Now I'm in this profession from last 20 years. One day, Mr. Rajkumar Hirani, the director of PK Film, he asked me to design a god. So I remember these old days. I said, oh, it's very easy. I can do it. I have done something like this. So I went back home. I slept over it. I got up in the morning. I generally work in the morning. I get up at 4 o'clock. I think it's very fresh, and then I work. And then I started doing my internet search. In Hindu mythology, there are 33 crores of gods of different shapes, sizes. Some are small, some are big, some are in different colors. There are black and white gods. There are gods with multiple heads. There are gods with one head. There are gods with animal head. So it was a really difficult task. This was not that easy. The real problem, the god which I'm going to design should not represent any particular god or a community. It should not resemble any existing god. Basically, it should not hurt anybody's sentiments, especially somebody's grandmother's sentiments. Mr. Rajkumar Hirani, he believes in a very simple narration, a simplicity, a very simple storytelling. You must have seen all his films like Munna Bhai, MBBS, Three Idiots, Lage Raho Munna Bhai. So, I started designing this thing. I started taking out the conch shells, the lotuses, the chakras from their hands. I started taking out the weapons and the musical instruments from their hands and from their bodies. And finally, I've designed one simple and a happy God without all these elements and symbols which associates with the real God. Basically, it was very easy after a lot of hard work. You know what? My job is not only to get into the room or get into the office, sit on the desktop, do the internet search, and design something. Lot of time we have to go out. As a production designer, my responsibility is to decide the look of the film. So that includes set designing, set dressing, and sometimes, most of the times, select the locations for the particular film according to the story. So this is the story which I'm going to tell you. It's from Three Idiots, and I have chosen this location. It was for the climax of the movie, and I've decided that we should do this somewhere in Ladakh. So I've chosen a place called Sumuriri. It's near Leh, the capital of Ladakh, around 250 kilometers from there, and it takes like 7 hours to reach there. So the crew of around 200 people, 15 trucks, 5 buses, around 30 cars, we went all there. And a local production manager over there, he has set up a big base camp for us with like 150 tents and blankets and stuff like that. So on the first day of the shoot, the sky was really clear, less windy, 4 degrees Celsius temperature, and really good to shoot. So we started shooting in the morning, and after a couple of hours, the sky started getting cloudy. So we have to stop our shooting because you need a good light for the cinematography. So we waited for some time, and after some time, it started snowing slowly. So our local production person over there, he told us that, see, we'll have to maybe pack up the shoot today, we'll shoot it tomorrow. So, okay, so we've stopped, we had our lunch and stuff like that. We were like playing with each other, doing gossiping and stuff like that, which we generally do in the break time of ours. And then he said, now this snowfall is not going to stop for next 2-3 days. Because once it starts snowing in Ladakh, it goes on for 2-3 days. So our main producer, he took a decision that let's pack up here, we'll go back to Leh, shoot there for 3-4 days, we'll come back here again, and we resume the shoot. So few artists and myself and some HODs, we left the place immediately for Leh to do our next preparation. Rest of the crew decided to stay back because they had to stuff lot of material in the trucks, and basically they needed some time to wrap themselves. So they stayed back. Next day morning, when they got up, it was a disaster. The whole thing was submerged under the snow. They have to really dig out of their tents. They came out, they were panicked. They took nearly 2 hours to find each other. So everybody in the panic situation started getting into the cars and trucks and whatever vehicles they have. But the cars and vehicles, because of the cold, the engine couldn't start. And whatever engine started, they did not move because of the snow. In Ladakh, because the complete thing is a very rocky terrain, and there are a lot of water bodies which were under the snow at that time. So it was very difficult for everybody to find the way. So people have to literally take the sticks, poke into the snow and find their way. So the distance from that place to the main highway, from Sumuriri to main highway, it's around 45 kilometers. And they started walking, finding their way out. Fortunately, I was in Leh, and the last communication from my side to my assistant, they sent me a message that please send help, and that communication also got discontinued after some time. So we went to the local police over there, we went to border security forces. They're willing to help, but they couldn't help because of the heavy snowfall. So it took the rest of the crew to reach to the main highway like around 7 hours, and they took overnight to reach to the Leh. And we have to cancel the shoot of that schedule. We had to basically cancel the schedule. I heard that the roads to Sumuriri was blocked for a month. I heard it later. So as a production designer, again, my director asked me to find a new location because we'll go somewhere else and we shoot this, because we had to finish this film in a particular time limit. So I started doing my research. I started calling people all over India, started getting pictures, did again some internet search and whatever pictures I have, but I couldn't find one location. The innocence of Ladakh is not available anywhere in India. So, again, after a year, in the month of June, the crew of 200 people, 15 trucks, 5 buses, 30 cars, we went back to the same place again and shot our climax there. And the result is in front of you. I think you must have seen Three Idiots. It was a very successful movie. So, as you have seen, in my profession, we have to go through a lot of natural calamities and disaster. We have to brave the calamities in our profession. But the irony is that for the same movie, my director asked me to create one calamity. Yes, I have to flood the college campus. This is for the same movie, Three Idiots. We shot this film in Delhi. Basically, this film is based in Delhi. The story is in Delhi. So we shot this film in Delhi, some sets in Bombay, then Shimla, Ladakh, as you have seen. We shot this engineering college in Bangalore. The college is Indian Institute of Management, Bangalore, designed by B.V. Doshi. So in one of the climax scenes, the requirement was that we had to create a flood over there. Now it is like, on the real location in the running college, it's difficult to create flood. You have to block the wall. So people were coming out with the weird ideas. Let's block the wall. Let's put some retaining walls and how to, waterproof the floor and stuff like that. It was not. It was very expensive. Basically, it was not expensive. It was impossible. So I've come up with the idea that let's put a set. So I made some sketches, did some floor plan, and I made a model. I went to the director. So nobody was agreeing to it. Nobody was agreed. The technical crew was not agreeing. It was very difficult for them to digest. So finally, I'm okay, भाई ऐसा करते हैं, कुछ पानी डालेंगे, कुछ करेंगे. So finally, they got the idea. They said, okay, let's do something like this. What I did on that, I've chosen some architectural elements from this Indian Institute of Management, from this building. Like there are stone walls, there are stone pillars, there are signages, the orange color doors, then the electric pole. I put all them together in a big water tank in Film City. The water tank was around 100 feet by 100 feet with 4 feet deep. I put all these elements inside that. We filled the whole water tank with water, around 100 water tanks. And I must show you this. So this is the set in Film City which we have created. The whole setup is inside the water tank, and because it was a night scene, so in the background you see black. So that was taken care of, and then there were fog machines and rain machines. So you can see that. So we finally did that very successfully. So that's what we have seen. Now I want to show you. Thank you. I have not done much here. I just put the green fabric at the back. Thank you very much. Thank you.